Brought to you by businessblueprint.com.au.
I want you to go up to someone you don't know in the room, introduce yourself, tell them what you do. You all remember that 11-second elevator pitch? If you go up and say, I'm a real estate agent, I'm a property developer, that's not what you do, is it? Remember the problems you solve with your customers and clients. That is the impression, okay? Think about the problems you solve, and that is how you deliver your service. I help people overcome their fears. Who would have liked to have overcome their fears last night on the boat trip home? Okay? So, what fears exactly? You're wanting to dive in and swim, I know. So, what I want to do is go meet someone, sell yourself, okay, by being you, the authentic you, and tell someone what you're great at. Okay? 2, 1, go. Okay, no, sit down. That was really lousy. That was bad. That was terrible. I saw no excitement wanting to win a gold medal there. My goodness. If you were running out of the race onto the MCG, I would have gone, oh, I don't know if they're ready to win. I don't know if they want to win. Gosh, I think I might take my pie and my beer and go home. And my Holden car or something like that, okay? So, are we ready to win? Yes. Go! 2, 1, go! So what changed? What changed from when you took off the first time and I said sit down, and then what changed? And then when you got up, you went for it. What changed?
I just was immediately prepared to launch straight into it, whereas I was hesitant the first time.
Who can relate to that? Because this is what we do, right? This is who we are. This is what I'm talking about. This is where if you go from a no of a client or a proposal, and then you walk out, okay, and you've got to go in and present another proposal, and you're in that mindset still, how does that affect your sales? How does that affect your conversations? How does that affect your first impression? Give me feedback. Okay, that's enough, I get that. It does, doesn't it? Right? So could you imagine me standing on the line thinking, oh God, I hope I trained enough. Oh wow, maybe I should have hydrated more last night. I wonder how cold it is. Oh, I wonder how rough it's going to be, you know? How do you think that would affect my champion mindset and the way I'm going to walk and talk? Massively, okay? And that's why if I stood on the shore and if I'm out there tackling a competitor or tackling a bad day with PMT or just dealing with life, because who's got life happening around their business, right? Life, that big jellyfish and all that. Well, if you leave home and you're still chewing on that jellyfish at 3 p.m, how does it affect your day? How has it affected your overall performance and productivity, clarity, focus? How many other jellyfish have joined in along the way? Because you never see one jellyfish on their own, by the way. They all like to hang, don't they? Around the water cooler in particular. So you need to know how you're going to flick that switch at any time. Now, you did that brilliantly. But I had to pull you into line. So next time you feel like that, I'd like you to put up a stop sign, and I want you to say, there's Shelley with a lollipop sign. Okay, and I want you to imagine something that you love to do, whether you would love to race, run out onto the MCG. Okay, or something that really puts the fire in the belly to go out there and do it. Or just turn the volume up. Everybody get that? If you didn't get that, email me, and I will send you an exercise to really get you in that zone. Okay, how are we going for time, Dale? Is it 10 or 15? 10, great. Okay, who enjoyed that last exercise? Who got warmed up? Who thought, I really like talking about how good I am? Okay? There's nothing wrong with that, is it? Because what you're doing is you might be actually inspiring the person you'll talk to talk about their gold medal moments. It inspires them to do what? Believe in themselves. Okay? So it's not about tooting your horn. All right? It's just about believability, authenticity. That's what your customers and clients want. That's what your staff need to know. When it gets tough out there and you're swimming against the tide, someone's got to stand up, correct? Someone's got to go out there and have the believability that you can get through it. I didn't get out the heads the first time on my way to Sydney to Wollongong. I asphyxiated on blue bottles and carbon monoxide there was a perfect, those perfect conditions. Anybody gone into a client proposal and you've thought, God, I've got this one? Yeah, easy. Everybody ever felt like that before? You've walked out and go, what the heck happened? Okay, so, perfect blue moon, full moon, no wind, perfect, full moon, everything's going great. Get to the heads, and there's the North Heads. Okay, Sydney Heads. And then, the boat's right next to me, the rubber ducky's right next to me, my mother boat, my cage, everything's going great, it's beautiful. And then all the jellyfish, because, going south, I'm not going to go north in January. Why do they go to Hobart? Because there's a current, right? So that's why you go south. So, all of a sudden, here come these jellyfish. There's blue bottles, right? And I'm swallowing it asphyxiated. Was I prepared? Obviously not, because I passed out. And then, as I woke up, the media are all there. How's it feel to fail? How do you know I was lousy at swimming in the beginning? Because they all like to tell you, don't they? People like to see you fail for whatever reason because they don't have the guts and the determination to get up, get out there and do it themselves, right? So you better have your stuff. You better be walking it and wearing that uniform from within on those days because it's war out there, right? People don't want to see you succeed because they haven't got out there and done it themselves yet. Yes, put the family up on top and gag them and strap them in on that bus, okay? It's serious business here. We're here to win. We're here to win and succeed how you define success, okay? Everybody's got a different definition. So the second, when I stood up and said, well, I looked, my whole team are around me, and I looked around and I said, to the tactician, how are the tides looking? He goes, good. I said, how about a week? Great. And everybody went, this time? There's going to be another time? And in 1 week, I let everybody do what they like to do, what they were good at, and I just focused on one thing, swimming. And we did the things we needed to do. So that's why you've got to know at those times, when you go from a bad experience to a good experience, you better be ready and prepared, practice. So you aren't hesitant, because you miss that window of opportunity, don't you? You'll miss that publisher. You'll miss that contract. You'll miss that sale. You'll miss that amazing assistant or staff member that you didn't see because you were hesitant, because you had lack of belief, because you lost focus, because you didn't get out of bed with that uniform on, because you didn't look in the mirror and go, woohoo, you sexy thing. Okay? And it all starts from in here.
Brought to you by businessblueprint.com.au.